Hey guys, welcome back. Here with another deck from Phyrexia All Will Be One. Today's feature is Graaz, the Unstoppable Juggernaut. Please insert your I'm the Juggernaut puns here. That's exactly where they belong. So this thing feels bad because it's an 8 drop, but I mean, we're trying to work with, was it Forgotten Monument to just really take over and make our permanents tap for extra. So it says Juggernauts you control attack each combat if able, such as the Juggernaut way is. Can't be blocked by walls, and other creatures I control have base power toughness 5/3. In addition to their other creature types, they are Juggernauts. So this card is very interesting because it turns little duders like Ornithopter into a 5/3, which I quite enjoy. I think that's fantastic. Now, there is the original card called Juggernaut, which I decided not to include because it's a 4 drop for a 5/3. Like, I'd much rather just play Ornithopter, which has flying, than. You see what I mean? It feels. Anyways, so we got the Ornithopter, we got some draw here. Gingerbrute is just absolutely fantastic because it can just connect on top of Hope of Gyapur. Retrofitter Foundry is actually quite interesting here, specifically because we have a lot of Thopters, and if Thopters are going to be targeted, we're going to make a 4/4 for it. As well as the original deck that I made, because I made this in real life EDH. This was much better for Thopters because you could play things like Thopter Foundry, you could play like Pentavis and stuff like that, where you can just create a whole bunch of 1/1s and they were just value. Which, speaking of which, Hangerback Walker does the exact thing I was just talking about, which is fantastic. Stone Coil Serpent is just a 1-drop freebie for hopefully 5/3. Going down the line, we got some Mana Dorks, Crashing Drawbridge because you wanted to go fast, and finally, Strixhaven came in the clutch to be able to give us some sorceries that do things in colorless. I have Vecna for draw. We got some Mana Dorkage here. Mana Dorks, and Mere Sire, you know what it already does. It's in the exact same vein as just making 1-drops and then turning them into 5/3s and sending them sideways. Ornithopter of Paradise, it fits 2 spots, and it's fantastic. It's a Mana Dork, and it's a low-coster flyer with evasion that hopefully we try and give it 5/3. Patchwork Automaton, absolute must. It's just going to get super duper big. Now remember, its base power and toughness is 5/3, and then it's going to get counters on it, so that's fantastic. Reckoner Bankbuster, I absolutely adore this card because it gives draw a card, which is fantastic in a lot of decks. On top of which, it's then going to make a pilot once we have no counters on it, and that pilot hopefully will be a 5/3. And then Steel Overseer making all of our artifacts, because don't you know we're running mostly artifacts, giving them a 1/1 counter. Going down to some evasion with Swiftfoot Boots, and again, an interesting tech with Zenith Chronicler. I can do this. Zenith Chronicler. Damn. Whenever a player casts their first multicolored spell each turn, each other player draws a card. A very interesting tech. Hopefully it'll play out. Adaptive Automaton is fantastic. I quite enjoy it just because there's a lot of constructs going on here. And as well, if not constructs, I'm naming Juggernauts. Let's get real. Chief of the Foundry, everything gets +1/1. That's quite nice. You got a little bit of mana reduction right here, always naming artifacts. Foundry Inspector, making that stuff cost less, so mana reduction yet again. And then again, Strixhaven coming in the clutch with Scry 2, draw a card for 3. Karn Silex is an instant include just because what if no, we can't get Navinaral's disc here, but this is a Navinaral's disc at home. We also got Karn's Liberator Urza's Battle Thopter because we can't have Shimmermere in this deck. We can at least have this, which does almost the exact same thing Shimmermere does, but also puts a 1/1 counter onto itself, which is fantastic. Oketra's Monument, you'd think, what is this card doing here? But what it says is, whenever you cast a creature spell, create a 5/3 Juggernaut with Vigilance. That's exactly what it says. You can't prove me wrong. Palladium Mirror, it's just works. It just works. Pristine Talisman, because again, we can't use a lot of things that say, like Arcane Signet, for example, that say we create a mana in the color of our commander's identity. Our commander's identity is colorless, so it doesn't create a colored mana. So we have to use these. Sculpting Steel is quite nice just to be able to copy any of the bigger things. I see you eyeing this guy over here. Yeah, it's going to copy that. Fantastic. Searchlight Companion is great because it makes a 1/1 on top of who we have, which is a 3-drop 1/1 with flying, or a 3-drop flyer with 5/3, and it creates a 5/3 if we're lucky. Semblance Anvil, you just toss any terrible card that we have, maybe Palladium Mirror in the late game, to make everything cost 2 less as an artifact and a creature. Shambling Suit, absolutely house of a card when you have a lot of artifacts out. Now remember, its base power and toughness is 5/3. It can still modify what its power is because it starts with a base. So that's fantastic. Skyclave Relic, you know what it does. Strixhaven Stadium is kind of the same idea. This is spot removal and it sucks, but it's kind of all that we have. So deal with it. I absolutely hate arena cards, hate historic cards, and I try to not use them when I can. But in the deck that I made for EDH, I did have all the Urza's lands, including Urza's Foundry and Urza's Workshop, that specifically talk about Urza's lands. So I have to have my Urza's lands in here. Cosmos Elixir, it's pretty fantastic. It's all right. They kind of dumbed it down for arena, but it'll do what it does. Hedron Archive fits 2 spots for mana and for card draw, as well as Joyer Familiar is a 2/2 for 4 with historic spells cost 1 less to cast with flying. That's again just as good as Foundry Inspector. Karn Living Legacy is fantastic because you create 1/1 tap Power Stone tokens. Honestly, that's all I've ever done with this card, and it just says for 1, create a mana for later. Karn, Scion of Urza, again, it's card draw, and you -2 and get a 5/3 with an upside. That's great. Karn the Great Creator is just like the meanest card alive, and I absolutely love it. And it will animate our artifacts. Our artifacts will become who the hell knows. And it's just a great card because it shuts down a lot of opponents' decks. Mystic Forge is honestly what you need in a colorless deck because you can cast colorless spells or colorless artifacts from the top of your library and get rid of those pesky lands in case you've already made a land drop for the turn. Slagstone Refinery was an interesting one. I kind of waffled back and forth on this, but whenever it or another non-token artifact is put in the graveyard or exile from the battlefield, create a tap Power Stone. I hope this thing is going to do some work. I'm not too sure. Solemn Simulacrum, go get wastes and draw a card. Fits 2 spots and is perfect. Unwinding Clock, really just say no more. I'm in. It's great. It untaps everything. It untaps all our mana dorks, all of our actual mana rocks, and then sets us up for an opponent's turn. Not that we can play too many instant spells, but maybe we got some activated abilities, or maybe we got some things that we can do on an opponent's turn. Dollhouse of Horror, speaking of activated abilities, however, at sorcery speed, Sadness. So this thing really cares about constructs, and there's a couple constructs here. So it's nice to be able to get a creature out of the grave, make it a 5/3 with the Juggernaut, and hopefully just hit face. Forsaken Monument is the card in the deck that makes the whole deck just it makes it sing. Specifically that middle line of text, whenever I tap a permanent with colorless, add an additional colorless. The life gain is pretty incidental, but the 2/2 is really nice to send them into the red zone. Gilded Lotus. Introduction to our Annihilation. Unfortunately, we don't get the rest of the suite that is like Scour from Existence, or like Titan's Presence, or Warping Whale from Battle for Zendikar and Oath of the Gatewatch, which is more instants and sorceries that are colorless. But this will have to do for spot removal and targeted removal. Mind's Eye is fantastic because we get that card draw. Mishra Self-Replicator, honestly I wasn't really sure, but I put it in just because I would like to make more little dorks. I can pay 1 for it, and maybe I make more 5/3s. Mightstone and the Weak Stone kind of does exactly what the deck already wants to do. It's a mana dork. Don't worry about Urza on the other side. He doesn't really exist. You draw cards. You can maybe eat something for -5/-5, and definitely tap it to do some mana. The Wandering Archaic says, how about you have a modular spell, an MDFC, and it could possibly help you, which is great. Dreamstone Hedron, 2 spots again, just like the Hedron Archive. You can draw cards or you can make mana. You can do both. Who knows? The Immortal Sun, just put it in every deck. It's a perfect card, unless it's a Planeswalker deck. But it's spell reduction, buffs creatures, additional card, draw each turn. Fantastic. Ugin, another card that is like the bread and butter because colorless spells cost 2 less to cast. I'm in. Now, Ugin's top ability works very well with the Mystic Forge, because the Mystic Forge says you can look at the top card of your library at any time. If you don't like it and you want to hold on to its tap ability, you use Ugin right here to +1 it, put it on the field. And then you can see what's next. So, obviously, great generator. Worm Coil Engine, just a house. This card is a house. It's a brick and mortar house. It's fantastic. When it dies, create a 5/3 worm with Death Touch, and when it dies, create a 5/3 worm with Lifelink if Graaz is on the field. Great stuff. Meteor Golem, 7-drop spot removal. It hurts to play, but it's what we have. And Cityscape Leveler. When you cast this big boy, destroy up to one target non-land permanent. Its controller creates a tapped Power Stone. That's great. When it attacks, or when you cast it, it's fantastic. Just start nomming their field. As for lands, we got 23 Waste. Tyrite Sanctum is quite nice because we can turn our legendary creatures into gods with Indestructible, which is fairly nice. A recent podcast done by the Command Zone said something to the tune of like 26 out of 53 spot removals or field wipes. 26 cared about Indestructible. So they were negated by Indestructible, which is fantastic. Because that means, like, you got stuff like Bounce, sure, that's always going to happen. But if half of the removal is dodged by Indestructible, that's great. So the Mycosynth Gardens is a really nice card because you can X, it becomes something that you love. That's it. It doesn't turn into something else. It just, for X tap it, you create something else with the mana value of X. Reliquary Tower, whatever. Plaza of Heroes is only in here for that bottom ability. Target legendary creature gains hexproof and indestructible, which dodges field wipes. It dodges targeted removal. Fantastic. Mishra's Foundry. The hopes are you make it a 2/2 and it becomes a 5/3 with Graaz. The Myrics, you make little mites. You make them 5/3s. They might. Karn's Bastion. You might proliferate. You might, just a little bit. Just a little bit of proliferation. Inventor's Fair, that's that incidental one life gain, and eventually go look for Forsaken Monument. Hall of Tagsin to get that Power Stone action online when you've got nothing to do. This card specifically better than Zalafirian Void because it enters the battlefield and you scry. It doesn't enter in tap like Zalafirian Void. I love this card. In a colorless deck. Buried Ruin, let's go get back that Forsaken Monument that got destroyed. Bonder's Enclave, honestly one of the pet cards of mine. I love it. I love Bonder's Ornament. It allows you to draw a card. Power 4 greater. Come on. 4 greater? We got 5 greater. What's up? Blinkmoth Nexus. The hopes that we make a 5/3 land flying. That's what's up. Alright, so that's what we got. We're already like 10 minutes in. Let's send them sideways. Let's send them sideways. Okay, don't look at the decks. Don't even bother looking at the decks here. What are we doing? Historic Brawl. Stop looking at the decks. Come on. Okay, maybe I made a Drivnod deck. I was interested, okay? You can't fault me for trying. Maybe I'll show that later. Not today. Today is Graaz Day. The day before Valentine's Day. You gotta be a Juggernaut, for sure. Okay, what do we got? Rith? The new Rith? I have no idea what this card does. Name is unknown? Is it because it was just not appropriate? Honestly, I'll take it. Keep Rith. For Naya +2, Ward 2 flying. Other dragons you control have Ward 2. At the beginning of your end step, if a creature or planeswalker an opponent controls was dealt excess damage this turn, create a 4/4 dragon creature token with flying. Interesting. Burn dot deck? Question mark. Alright, Hope of Gyper. Those turn 1 plays. Nothing like them. Nothing like them. Don't stop looking at this card. This card says 1/1 flyer. Eventually 5/3 flyer. That's all it says. Sus. Alright. Coming in hot. Remove it. You won't. Alright, so I could sacrifice it until next turn. Target player who is dealt damage by this can't cast non-creature spells. Well, hopefully I'm not walking into an Anger of the Gods, but we shall see. Alrighty. That was a lot of waiting. A lot of pondering. Okay, we're getting that online next turn. Great. Don't have anything to say about that. Unfortunate. Okay, Mana Dork or casting super speedy fast? You know what? I'm gonna keep this just in case they want to wipe the field. And if not, I can put a 1/1 counter on everything. Although I like Strixhaven Stadium just to get it going for Mind's Eye. You can do this. I have faith. Are you, like, doing something else? That's fine if you are, but, like, maybe you should focus on that. Just a thought. You know, I could put a 1/1 counter on here, but, like, I'm likely gonna stack it to something if they do anything sus to any one of these. I'll just say, hey, no non-creatures next turn, although they're gonna play Rith 100%. That's good news. Likely hold up Urza's Liberator, flash it in on their turn, then throw in the automated Artificer. Oh yes. Throw one of those things on there. Okay. Ooh, I like that. Thoughts, feelings, and concerns. Go ahead. A little bit of a sticky situation. I can't get through currently. What are we doing? Draw a card. It's good for you. Come on. Help. Life alert. It's this York looking man here. Oh, okay. I fully believe you. If a creature or planeswalker. Yeah, I don't want to empower you, so just bring it in. Send the damage. Yep. Yeah, that's completely fine. Alright. Are you playing on complete hold full control? Like, why? I'm having myself a snore going on here. What? Alrighty then. I'm gonna flash this in, because I know it's good for me. You might bolt. Bolt? Is that even in this game? I don't know. Thank you. Put a 1/1 counter on it. Bring it down. Put this guy sideways. Don't you dare. I see you looking at cards in your hand. Most excellent. Good job, Steel Overseer. I will thank you and give you that. Okay, so I can cast them at whenever the heck I want speed, which is great news. So I've got 5. Okay, I've got 1 additional. I can cast from the top. I'm likely just not gonna block anything this person does. It's a race. I love races. I'm gonna win. Name that movie. I dare you. Swell counters everywhere. Thank you. I will cast only for artifact spells. You best believe I'm looking to draw a card on your turn. Oh yeah. What? Stop looking at this. Oh, why don't you draw a card? I'm gonna do it. Hey, look at that. Can you hear me? I think this person can hear me. Marvelous. Draw a card. I dare you. Come on, you're gonna... Yep. Yep, I'm taking it. I'm taking it. Well, why don't I? Thank you. No doubt. Alright, so I just have to watch this, because Steel Overseer constantly just wants to go sideways. I don't want to, like, gum up the game by just, like, missing these. Just killing time by having to send that guy sideways. So I shall wait. Alright, so this is what you do. You, Mr. Unknown, or Renan Unknown. That's absolutely terrifying. What is this little guy doing here? It's all just like, he's got a huge arm. What's going on? That's wise, yes. Let's pump him up. Well, that is quite good. Alright, so you likely will block. I don't have the mana. Alright, Mystic. Hey, I don't want to tap that just yet, okay? Mystical Forge? Let's see what's on Tippity Top. Yeah, of course it is. Alright, well, I played a land this turn. I can sneak that in. I mean, but I have 3 mana, so why don't I pay 1 life, get rid of this waste, find another land for sure. Oh, Crashing Drawbridge. So I can do that at any time, which is quite nice. I'll see when I want to play it. I'm very curious how this is going to work. So I will go in for the attack with just the 1. Maybe they'll replay Rith. Do the blocks, replay Rith. The Steel Overseer is kind of what I'm hoping for right now. All right, what do you got? What do you got? You got tricks. Tricks are for kids. Tricks are for kids. All right. What if I press this button? Whew. Press the button to press it another day. Uh-oh. It's doing it again. Stop looking at your hand. It's killing me. No, that's killing me. Alright. I don't have things better. It's going to eliminate me being able to do anything, so I may... 1, 2... do this at instant speed. Fantastic news. Don't have anything else, just like 1 card in your hand. That's great. Where is the sadness button? Found it. And go ahead and take my Liberator. See you later. I'm so funny. Yeah, I'll pay for it. If I couldn't cast that at instant speed, you know? Glorybringer. Well, thank God that nukes my entire field. But it's Xaxes. Oh yeah. Alright, alright. I would love to. Can't. Just don't exert it. Pretend it doesn't have haste. Please. So cute. Can I interact with anything here? These little... whatever that's going on over there. Nothing? Move down here. Alright. Oh, that's not good. When it do... yeah. How dare you. I just enjoy 4. It's fine. Everything is fine. I missed that assembly already. Not the assembly, the Steel Overseer. Come on. Thank you, but I want to play this. How do I... Like, you get real big. 5/3 plus... ooh. Mercy. I play that. I cannot do that. I think I have to. What do you got? Tybalt's Trickery? What's happening? Let's go, Unknown. Thank you. Here's a 5-3. We did it. We lived the dream. I have a big old Hope of Gearper. Yeah, it is. It is that. It is a Juggernaut. It shmushed attack. Kill it. I dare you. You won't. I was kidding. What do? Ah. Tell it I hate it. So good. This guy's so good at this game. Yeah, I wish, but I cannot. Alright, we're getting there, though. Stop looking at this card. This card's gonna win me the game. Get out of here. But I love it. You're a monster. Monster. Absolutely awful. What are you doing? Oh, cool. Double strike, so that's 14 damage. Sick. I might actually have to block this. Goodbye, Ornithopter. You helped us live the dream. Yes. And your end step. Drop card. Filthy casual. Yeah, what does that make me? Super sweaty? Might be. Unfortunate. Yeah, you did it. Cool. Unfortunately, there's no all is dust in this game. Unlike EDH, so I can't just tell this person to eat all of their stuff. Do I just like make a might and hope for the best? I have no flying. Let's hope for the best. Yeah, pay for it in blood. I hate like flying. Juggernaut. Juggernaut, come on. Thank you. Here's a 2-drop. It looks like a Juggernaut. I'm already losing life, so why not? Oh, great. Let's play this big boy. Look at You absolutely love to see it. Send them sideways. Yeah, you win. Darn support not being in this game. Add all the better cards for this deck, why don't you? You're tearing me apart, Lisa. Mere Battlesphere, fantastic card. All is dust. I'm just sad. That's exactly what this is. I'm just sad. There you go, my commander. I'm gonna give you one of these so I can press one of that. Thopter Assembly, great. Even Geode Golem, like I play my commander for 8, just sucks. Memnite, 0-drop, get some, love it. What else is not in this game? How dare you? You got Endbringer, Phyrexia, and Walker, like all this easy 0-drops, right? Named all the instances of sorceries that are in this game. I mean, Darksteel Forge, fantastic. Same with Disc. Navineral's Disc, perfect card. Alright. We're gonna hop out these gates running. Oh, get him. Hello? What are you doing? You have the same... So strange. I never felt such brotherhood before. Go get him. Also, Evil Karn, fantastic. Clock of Omens, so that the good stuff I have, I can just tap it. Eldrazi Monument. Like, there's just a little bit more support that I wish was in this for Colorless. But, like, let's get real here. They literally just coded Wastes, so it's long. It's gonna take a while. Do I want to pay that and do nothing? I decline. Karn's Bastion. Crumbling, unstabling obelisks. What do you have? Cool. What the heck is this? It's a food golem. Alright. This doesn't say sack any form of golem. So, let's get it on. 3, 4. Oh, you absolute piece. You're a monster. Is this legendary? It is. Draw land. I mean, we already have one, but I called it. Ah, cool. We're gonna live that dream. Here we go. So what's it say when it enters? Blah blah blah. Urza's when it attacks or dies. Seek an Urza's land. Sick. Guess what's now in my deck? 3 more cards. The weird thing is when you seek or when it does that, it doesn't shuffle your deck. It's so odd. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. It will attack. Just you wait. Oh my god, this thing's terrifying. Yeah, alright. I seen it. Whenever cast a spell. How do I need 7? Huh. What are you doing? This thing's a menace. Actually, it's just got haste, but you know. Alright then. Do I want to pay for it? Wonder if I do it, it just conjures more? I'll pay for it. Ooh. Alright. I want to see how the tech works. It's not what I meant. I'm sorry. Instruction's not clear. Alright. Sweet. Alright, so I can get 2 Urza's lands when I attack, and then they block. Which is, I mean, better than nothing, and then I won't have to draw to look for lands. Get him! Never didn't have it. In his hunger for power and knowledge, Urza dug deeper into Dominaria's ancient past. You go get it, the Hig. I'm gonna go get another one. Thank you. Why are we... Alright. What does this even say? Look at the top card of your library. If it's a land card, you may put it on the battlefield. If you don't, just put it into your hand. Tap 1, draw a card. Rough. Play your first multicolored spell. I missed the first one, so like first this turn. I guess. Please. Please. I'm gonna do it again. Come on. Not multicolored. No. uses this. How do I feel about this counterspell magic going on right here? Like, not 100% fantabulistic. So I'm gonna go like this. Wait for that counterspell action. No counterspell action? Alright, Dollhouse of Horrors. Absolute nightmare fuel. Alright, we're putting more Urza's Lance in the deck. This was the only way. And we've added even more to make it harder for ourselves to get that last land. Oh yes, and it has haste? Most definitely am I trying to get the last one. Will I get it? Those aren't odds. Alright. Thank you very much. Okay. That's good stuff. I like it. Tell it I like it. Yeah. This guy's cheating. We all know it. The Hig. Cheater. Tap. Cheat harder. How dare you. So good at this game. Stop it. Wait, do it again. Look at the top card of your library. If it's a land card, you may put it. Alright. Can you please let me draw? This poor little Phyrexian... Oh, okay. This poor little Phyrexian construct is just... What the heck is this? Alright. Yeah, we good. Inventor's Fair. Tower. I mean, I could just exile it and get another one, so... Oh, wow. This poor thing's gonna die, so... That's the way it is. Do they have their Ginger Brute? No, it's right here. Alright, cool. Cannot be blocked except by creatures with haste. You love to see it. If I play this, it'll die immediately, or it will be a Juggernaut. Oh, wait. Suffer the misplay? We'll see. They have to attack. Then I will get Zenith Chronicler back. What are you doing? You monster. You cannot block it. It says so. You have the same thing. It's right here. You silly goose. I miss you already. Let's do it again. Hooray! If you would be so kind as to cast a multicolored spell instead of just flood the board with mana. I saw it was this card right here. That would be swell. Oh, is it a land? Is it a land? How am I supposed to tell? Oh, that's terrifying. They don't know that we have the Tron lands online next turn. Value. Will we pay for it? 1 and 2. We will. This says your thing doesn't work anymore. Don't you know? I will attempt to cast this for 1. Yeah, yes? Will it work? Alright. That's sick. Tron lands equals Karn every time? Question mark. I think so. Every time. I did it. Animate a thing, hopefully it doesn't die to removal. I think that's exactly what it says. I don't feel like animating anything right yet. So, use this one land, one floating. Cool. I can proliferate, make this thing, make them a little bit stronger. Gotta send them sideways. That's just the way it is. If only there was things that could just like tap it down because you need to use them for things. There's only a few of those in Colourless, and they're not in the game. Womp womp. I think I'll wait. Tyrite Sanctum, chaboy. Yeah, make this thing bigger. There's a 5/5 now that doesn't have to attack. Genius. Played that perfectly. Into a Rivers Rebuke, likely. Alright. You go. You got it, the Hig. Can you please, in your infinite wisdom, cast a multicolored spell? You've caused me great pain. You know? Why do I feel like that ain't good? Maybe I Inventor's Stone instead. You got like infinite mana, basically, right? That's great. Uh-huh. Ah, yeah. Sick. That's what happened. Oh, man, you're gonna get clocked for sure. Nice. Like, the clock on this plus that, it's gonna be me and then them after I activate Tyrite Sanctum for 2. That's gonna have 1, 2, 3 mana that I cannot do anything with. Alright. You, my good Graaz, becomes a god. The Jugger God. Nailed it. Alright, cool. Do I lose 2 life? I decline to answer this question. This question. Alright, I think I Inventor's Fair, look for something they're gonna counter. Look for a creature and then put it on the field. Marvelous. You... This... Inventor's Fair. Amazing. Let's read this card more carefully. Get... Whenever a player casts a spell. The copy... alright, well that's great. My dog is absolutely losing his mind. That's good. Yeah... Cityscape... What the hell does this say? Whenever I cast a historic spell, stuff happens. Make it extra. Dog, if you could stop killing me right now, that'd be great. Alright, Cityscape Leveler it is. I will attempt to cast Chaboy. Alright, tell it no thank you. And then let Ivy copy it, because she's cool like that. I hate that for me. That's so unfortunate. Yes. Well, it's a cast, so that's great. Hey, there he is. Counter it now. I did. And you didn't. How dare. Becomes a thingamabob. Alright, cool. So what I got? 2 mana. I can tap this. If it dies, I just make a whole crap load of things. Which I actually think I might do. Gains haste for the turn. It gains haste until end of turn. Alrighty. I will go to combat. Oh, God. Sending the Juggernaut sideways. That's what you want. What? Why do you gotta do that, man? I loved that. Damn it. I mean, Cityscape level is just bigger now, so that's great, right? I've never felt such pain as I do right now. Such damn it. Such damn it. There we are.
Some solutions must be
I
built.
don't want to hold up the turn. Graaz isn't online, so I can't do anything yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go like this. Because I know they're going to play just like flood with Scoot Swarms. And I don't want to hold up the turn because they're going to rope themselves 100%. It's just going to be their clock. No idea what that does, but it sounds terrifying. Hell yeah, brother. Oh no, brother. No. Instead of running out the time, we ran out our life points. Hopefully they just get like super greedy and they just spend all of their time making a board and they're unable to attack. That's my hope. That's the only way I can see myself living, because 14 life is 2 of their creatures. Oh, yeah, okay, you got it. Well, I'm dead. Alright, guys, thanks for tuning in. Do your best to enjoy the day outside. Tomorrow's Valentine's Day. Go hug a tree, I guess, if you're lonely. They always hug back. 100%. Alright, guys, do the thing. See you later. See you in the next one.